'Twas a long time ago, longer now than it seems, in a place that perhaps you've seen in your dreams. For the story that you're about to be told began with the holiday worlds of old. Now you've probably wondered where holidays come from. If you haven't, I'd say it's time you begun. Well, welcome everyone. This is Happy Healthy Living with Yvonne Douglas, and my name's Doug. And we are in our fall/Halloween series. So I start this right after 4th of July, and we do some Halloween decor hunting, and I also have some recipes for you guys, and we talk about different things to get in the mood for Halloween. And today we're talking about two books that I think you'll like. I just love reading scary books, especially on a rainy day, and this is the perfect day for it. Well, welcome to Happy Healthy Living with Yvonne Douglas. Today, my name is Doug, and today is a rainy day, rainy summer day. So, as I stated in my other videos, during the summer is when I start preparing myself for the next season and the next holiday, which is Halloween. So, one of the things I love to do during the summer is I get my spooky cup out, get my spooky blanket with my spooky pillow, and I love just to read a good scary book, um, especially on a rainy day like this. And I'm super excited that it's raining today. And it's not thundering or anything or going crazy. It's just nice soft rain. But I did put on the screensaver on the TV using YouTube, where it's a thunderstorm, so I can hear a little bit of that thunder. And it looks very cozy, feels very cozy. And anyway, so what I like to do is read books when I can, and I love reading scary books. So this one is called The Orphanage by the Lake by Daniel Miller, and it says, "A missing girl, an orphanage full of secrets. Hazel wants a new life. She's 33 years old, single, and her private investigation business is months away from folding. Her luck takes a turn when Madeline Hemsley, a mysterious socialite, pays Hazel a visit with an offer too enticing to resist. An orphan girl has disappeared from a children's home, the orphanage by the lake, as the locals call it, and Madeline wants Hazel to find her. At first glance, it appears to be a standard runaway case, but as Hazel plunges into the investigation, she finds signs of something more: unexplained bloodstains, cryptic symbols, sinister figures shadowing her every move. The more she digs, the more she realizes that the orphanage by the lake holds terrifying secrets, and even worse, so does Madeline." So it sounds pretty good. So I'm going to be reading this one. And I'm going to read this one, All Hallows Eve by Michael Penning. Back says, "A century after the witch trials, Salem is still not without its witches. Alice Jacobs doesn't believe in ghosts until one takes her daughter. When her husband disappears while investigating a series of strange and terrible incidents In the bustling seaport of Salem, Alice is forced to bring her young daughter Abigail along from Boston while she takes up the search. But she soon learns of a terrible prophecy that has the entire town bracing for nightfall. 100 years after being hanged for witchcraft, the vengeful spirit of Rebecca Hale will rise from hell on All Hallows Eve to claim the souls of Salem's children. Alice dismisses the old legend as foolish superstition until Abigail is snatched from her bed by a sinister woman made of smoke and mist. Desperate to find her daughter before the sun rises and she is lost forever, Alice races against time on a spine-chilling adventure that takes her from forgotten dungeons and gloomy cemeteries to the haunted forests of Gallows Hill. Along with Jonas Hobbs, a roguish sailor searching for his own missing child, she battles deadly supernatural forces and uncovers a dark secret that may be the key to saving Abigail's soul, if only she can survive the most terrifying night of her life. So that sounds really good. So I'm going to curl up here, my little chair, with my spooky pillow, my spooky blanket, my spooky coffee, my dogs that are all at my feet right now, all of them, including Louie. Louie, yeah, he's making strange noises. Kind of fits in with all this. And it's raining outside, so perfect atmosphere. I got my screensaver on the TV so I can hear that soft rain, even though it's raining outside. Um, and anyway, this is All Hallows Eve by Michael Penning. I'm just going to read you the first page to get you in the mood, and maybe you'll check it out. Chapter 1. Alice Jacobs stood at the edge of the wharf and stared at the sea in horror. Thousands of bones were washing ashore. They flooded the great expanse of Salem Sound with skulls and spines and fragments of skeleton that rolled and tumbled in the surf. An eerie clattering filled the salty air as wave after wave heaped bones of all shapes and sizes upon the rocky coastline. Sheltered in the calmer waters of Salem harbor, a floating mass of skeletal remains swept in with the tide and inundated the merchant fleet. Their horrifying numbers swelled by the minute as they bobbed and collected between the timber hulls of the ships. Alice's young daughter Abigail sidled up to her side and slipped her tiny hand into Alice's palm. "Where are they all coming from?" Her voice was small and uneasy. "I can't say that I know, Abigail." A flutter crept into Alice's stomach as she gazed at the macabre panorama. Not for the first time since they had left Boston she wished her husband was there with her. Samuel would know what to say to his were the words that comforted their little girl, not Allison's. A bitter gust tore from the ocean. A shiver ran over Alice as the salty sea air landed on her skin. The pale orb of the afternoon sun was barely visible behind a thick veil of clouds. The cheerless October light did nothing to warm the dismal atmosphere. To the east, the long horizon where sea met sky was the dull gray of a frozen lake. Somewhere out over the open ocean, a storm was approaching. Sounds pretty good, right? So this is All Hallows Eve by Michael Penning. I'm going to continue reading this book and enjoy this spooky morning and And thank you so much for joining us on Happy Healthy Living with Yvonne Douglas today. And remember, if you want that homey vibe, or I should say spooky vibe for now, then you need to subscribe. You need to subscribe. Yes, please subscribe. And give this video a like, of course. And let me know if you are reading this book, if you like it, and if you are reading any other types of scary books. I'd love to know the titles down below in the comments. Thank you once again, and until next time, my friends, happy, healthy living. Bye-bye.